Good morning, guys. Today is June 17th. Yeah, 17th. I think it's the 17th. And I'm going to do your daily collective. I wanted to sit outside this morning. It's so pretty. And my table outside, I got a lawn furniture, but the table outside is kind of wobbly, so the camera might. So I apologize ahead of time. But let's see what's going on for the collective today. I'm in such a good mood. I'm so proud of my son. That's my baby boy. He's my 18-year-old. I have four. I have a 27-year-old son. Oh, shit. I'm slipping. I'll put you up here. So I have a 27-year-old son, a 26-year-old daughter, an 18-year-old son, and a 13-year-old son. And, yeah, so I'm really, really proud. I'm really proud. He's done so well. So he's going to take his summer and, as much as I don't want my son to join the service, he'll be joining the service at the end of summer. I'm going to miss that kid. But, you've got to let your kids follow their own path, But, anyway, let's see. I'm in a great mood today, but yet I feel really emotional. So, and I'm wondering if it's me or if that's a collective energy. It feels sort of collective, like no real reason to feel emotional, but feeling emotional, So let's see what comes up. Okay. I'm hearing that song from Boyz II Men, End of the Road. I think this is a hard time letting go. Having a hard time letting go of something. And I think maybe it feels sort of bittersweet. I think, what it feels like is ready to let something go without harboring resentments or anger, and really just appreciating what was and understanding that sometimes things have an expiration date. It's all a part of growth. When we mature past certain aspects of ourselves or areas in our lives, like Diego graduating, I mean, he spent his whole life in school, and now he's on to bigger and better things. And I'm sure there's a bittersweet feeling to that. I'm sure he's relieved at the moment that he's done. But there's a bittersweetness to that because, it's from this point that we move on and move forward, and then we realize, in a couple of years from now, we realize that school was more important to us than we knew. And you start to miss it, because life was so much easier then. But when you're a kid, you think you carry the weight of the world on your shoulders, and it's just not fair, Excuse me. Excuse me so much. Oh. All right, so that's kind of like what I'm feeling. So let's see what comes out. This deck is pretty thick. This is the Archangel Power Tarot deck. I love these decks. And I'm sorry about the wobbly table. My yard is a little uneven. All right. See this tree right here? This tree. Oh, wait. Sorry. This tree right here. That tree. I love that tree. I love it. It's right in front of the house. It provides a lot of shade and everything. But, I'll show you. This is my house. It's my house. But it provides a lot of shade to the front of the house. But the roots, they take over. You know what? I'll take you on a little tour. And then we'll start. Get out of my lawn chair. All right, so I'll show you what they do. Oh, I can't. So I'm gonna turn my phone around. But you'll see on the ground how the roots are growing out from the ground. Now I parked my car here for a reason, but you see, oh, here we go. This is the roots to the tree. And they take over my entire front yard. And so I can't plant anything because nothing will grow because the roots from the tree take up all the nutrients from anything that I try to plant. So I love that tree, but then when there's a storm, oh, the branches break off and you know, it looks like there's an entire tree laying in my yard because the branches are so big, and then we have to get out there with a saw and cut the branches up, but it gives us firewood for the fireplace, so it's nice. But so let me just get into this. Sorry, a little distracted. Maybe that's another thing going on today. All right, well, let's get into your reading. Shit. Trying to get one more. And then I have my Doreen Virtue Angel Tarot cards that I'm going to pull as well. This is interesting. This is neat. Let me try to figure out. I haven't used these cards in a while, so I want to try to figure out the elements. Five of Michael is definitely air, and it looks like the Ace of Ariel and the Eight of Ariel are Pentacle, but then we also have Nine of Raphael, that's green, but Raphael's healing, right? So that might be, okay, I think I understand. All right, I get it. So the pink cards are actually earth. Those are earth. And the Nine of Raphael is actually water. That's interesting. So, okay. So Eight of Ariel would really be Eight of Pentacles, right? And the card says, take great pride in your excellent work. Practice makes perfect. Consider getting additional education or training. This is the crowning thought. And so, like I was saying, like, there's almost like a bittersweet, oh, somebody's gonna start sawing, right? It's almost like a bittersweet feeling, like I was saying, you know? And what's coming up, all right, so let me start over a little bit. So in the past, we've got the Five of Michael, right? So that's actually, block the sun. So in the past, we've got the Five of Michael, and this is equivalent to the Five of Swords, and that's, you know, feeling defeated, you know, and I feel like, you know, that's the energy we're coming out of, right? That's the energy we're coming out of. That's, you know, what I've kind of been getting like every day for a couple weeks now, is just this feeling defeated and feeling depleted, and, you know, like, you know, it's like a battle that just can't be won, you know, and I think right now it's coming to the realization of that and making peace with that. And I think that's kind of like the energy that we're in now, where it's that bittersweet, you know, because now we're coming to a finalization and ready to actually close the door on a chapter, and feeling okay about it, feeling good about it in a way. And I think that's where the bittersweetness comes in. Or like I'm hearing that song, Although We've Come to the End of the Road, from Boys to Men. Yeah, because I think in the past it wasn't easy to, I think in the past it wasn't easy to separate from, but I really feel like it's not because you couldn't do it. I just feel like the timing wasn't right. You know, I don't ever believe, I think people are more in tune with their reality, I think people are more in tune with their emotions than they realize. You know, when people are in a state of confusion, I don't know what to do, and this, I think it's because, you know, you may want something really bad, but your spirit and everything about you is holding you back because they're like, it's not time yet, it's not time yet. And I think you're consciously aware of that. I feel like there's something, all right, there's something blue in front of me, and I don't know where that's coming from. It's very weird. I don't know where that dot's coming from, because, oh gosh, it's gonna drive me crazy. All right, but I'll ignore it. So I think, you know, that's where we were, you know, and I'm saying we because one, it's collective, and two, I can relate. So right now, our thought process is getting to work on this new beginning and feeling good about it. I mean, the pink is just very healing in and of itself, right? And so the Eight of Ariel, it says, take great pride in your excellent work. Practice makes perfect. Consider getting additional education or training. This is what's on your mind. Then, well, that's your crowning thought. But our current energy, presently, Ace of Ariel, Ace of Pentacles. I mean, it's your lucky day, new resources of money, time, or support, a change in job or promotion. And so this is now possible because what was being held on to before has been finally released. But it's not just release. It wasn't a forced release. This is something that you're finally okay with, or have come to not come to reality, but what's the word I'm looking for? Come to the realization, like, or more comfortable with it now. You know, I hope that's making sense. Right, so coming up, you've got Nine of Raphael, which is the Nine of Cups. And, you know, this is healing. This is healing emotionally, physically, mentally. That's very healing. And this is also, you know, your hopes, dreams, wishes, all this coming true, right? And the card does say, make a wish, dreams become reality, a joyful time of life. So this is what we have to look forward to, because we were able to release what was in the past. And, you know, when we go through things, and, you know, that are really difficult, it's not because we did something to induce that, or it's our fault, or anything like that, or that we took a wrong turn at Albuquerque, right? That's not what it is. It's, you know, we're really here to experience different things so our soul can learn. You know, this is all a learning experience, and we take all our information back with us, you know, back home into spirit when it's our time, and then we share what we've experienced and how it affected us. And it's almost like my son's graduation yesterday. We graduate, we evolve, and then we come back in and we have new experiences. You know, I mean, one lifetime you may be the king or a queen somewhere and be filthy rich, and then another lifetime come in and be, you know, suffer from such poverty and loss and sadness, and so it's like you may feel like in this lifetime things just were not fair and everything, but let's not take for granted that in other lifetimes we may have been on the other side of that. We just take turns. And so look forward to the rest of this life and what comes next, because next you could probably even choose to not reincarnate and actually be a guide for somebody else who's going through experiences that you're experiencing now. Like, there's always something to look forward to. I don't know if that's making sense, and I know it's kind of like veering a little off, but I feel like in the grand scheme it's related, so I think it just helps make hardships and whatever we're going through now a little easier, because this isn't the end. This isn't all there is, and sometimes we get lost in the sauce and can't see otherwise. But I think right now it's almost like the sun is shining and you're seeing it, like somebody turned the lights on. You're not walking in the dark anymore, and you're feeling like, okay, now I can understand. I can start seeing what this is all about. And even though you come creeping out slowly of that dark place or a dark room, you're just kind of peeking around, feeling, it's like getting a brand new pet or a kitten. They're kind of skittish at first and they want to check things out. It kind of feels like that, re-emerging into the world and in a different way. And as you start re-emerging, you start seeing that, okay, it's safer than I thought. So I can start putting my guard down a little bit more, and then a little more, and then a little more. And it becomes very healing, and then you can start to enjoy life and understand things even better. But your experience is also giving you so much wisdom and knowledge that you can take that and really help other people. So, which is my goal. So yeah, I think this is great. But let me get some more and kind of like reiterate, I suppose, what's coming up, and if anything new comes up, I'll explain that too, or we'll dive into it. Okay. All right, so 7 of Earth. Page of Fire. Oh, there's so many different colors of these cards. I guess you got to choose which element they are. Well, that's wrong. 7 of Earth and Page of Fire. Oh, I see. So like the Ace of Ariel and the 9 of Raphael. No, never mind. I'm tripping. Pay no attention. Never mind. Ace of Fire. Look at that. Ace on top of an ace. Wow. Whoa. King of Earth. Yeah. I'm not going to take that last one. I didn't even look at the bottom of the deck of the other one. What did we get? 6 of Gabriel. Congratulations, you've done a wonderful job. Time to move on to the next project. Awards, scholarships, or promotions. That's at the bottom of the deck on the first spread. Right? So that kind of like sums up everything I was saying. Pretty cool. Now on the bottom of the second, we have the Magician. Right? You are ready. You have the resources or the ability to manifest them. Life is magical. That's at the bottom of the second. So this is kind of like where we're at right now, right? It's like finally seeing the forest for the trees. So the 7 of Pentacles, or the 7 of Earth, is the crowning thought here on this second spread. Seeds will be planted, a temporary pause in action, and unnecessary worry. And so that with the other one with Eight of Ariel and take great pride in your excellent work, I feel like that's what, so the unnecessary worry, honestly, I think that's kind of fading away, I feel like the realization of what's been and, the settling into the new energy is like the new kitten, getting used to their environment. I think that I think the unnecessary worry is what I mean to say. I think the unnecessary worry is still there, but not as intense, because I think it's like getting comfortable with the new idea. I think it's when you realize that things need to change, that's when the anxiety kicks in, and then you start, well, what am I supposed to do next, and how am I supposed to move forward? And you can't see the blessing behind that. But as the energy remains and you understand that changes need to be made, you start getting used to the idea. You start getting comfortable with it, and then you start thinking more creatively, right? So in the past position, you've got the Page of Fire. Outgoing, creative, confident, mischievous. News of an exciting new endeavor. Use your originality and ingenuity. And you know what? Perfect. In this card right here, I don't know if you can see it, but right here, you see this? It looks like the Phoenix. I don't know if you can see that. It looks like a phoenix, and this is like rising from the ashes, and that lands right on top of Five of Michael, which is the Five of Swords, and feeling defeated, right? And this lands right on top of it, and news of an exciting new endeavor, and the Phoenix, well, that's what I meant to say, I started reading instead. So the Phoenix landing on top of the Five of Swords, of that feeling defeated, like losing a battle, or there is no winner, and rising from that, dusting yourself off, finally like being okay with what was, and rising from the ashes, right? Because what landed right on top of the Ace of Ariel, which was like the Ace of Pentacles, was the Ace of Air. That's the Ace of Swords, right? Brilliant new ideas, which really melds well with the rest of this. I'm like getting scattered brained again. Remember I was saying that the other day as I get into the reading? I could feel the energy, and it's almost like it tries to take over, It really does feel like that. And learning how to ground that and let it, become, one with the energy and meld with that sometimes can be a little much, because when the energy starts coming in for me and I start feeling it, it comes in really heavy. Some people feel it come in gradually. I don't. It's like, boom, it really hits me. So bear with me. So I think with the Ace of Swords, I think this, you're ready to communicate your ideas. I think you're ready to communicate your insecurities and anything that has to do with communication and a brand new beginning, and getting over the insecurity of it, the hump of it, because as you start feeling better, you start feeling more confident too, right? And so maybe you've had brilliant ideas, but you weren't feeling confident enough to share them with anybody else. And the Ace of Air and the Ace of Ariel right now, especially right under the 8, you're ready to get to work on this, and you're ready to take this new beginning on. You're ready to face that challenge, and doing so without resistance or reluctancy, because you had that already. You've already worked through that, and I think that's what the blessing is right now. And then what's coming up, you've got the King of Earth that landed right on top of Nine of Raphael. Nine of Raphael, like I said, was the Nine of Cups, wish fulfillment, right? And so what lands on top of that, from totally different deck, right, is the King of Earth. A successful time, confidently accept opportunities you're offered. The Midas touch. So you're moving into this energy that no matter what, you can't really mess it up. Even if you think you're messing it up, you're not messing it up. Everything is a learning experience. Everything, everything. How many times did you ride a bike and skid your knees before you were able to ride with no hands at all? Or pop wheelies, or, you know, like, you had to get banged up first, and that's with everything. And so I feel like, you know, getting banged up was really difficult, you know, throughout life, just getting banged up until we finally get it. And I think we're finally getting it. It's like relaxing into the new energy. Yeah, relaxing into it. Relaxing into new beginnings. Relaxing into the idea. Starting to feel the freedom and the success of relaxing and allowing. Because your best success comes from allowing, right? So let's get, all right, here we go. Express yourself creatively. Start something new. You know, I can't make this shit up, but that's another 9. You know, it's like a wish coming true. What else? Breathe. This moment matters most. Yes, because you're like right at the threshold. And what was I just saying about appreciation and learning? And how can you focus on the moment and appreciate all that is well instead of focusing all that has gone wrong, you know? What is has no bearing on what will be. What does your ideal life look and feel like? Boy, you've got so much to look forward to. It's ridiculous. With these aces, and oh my gosh, it's going to be a prosperous time for a lot of you. At the bottom, take responsibility for your life as a creative adventurer. How can you live with more meaning, integrity, and truth? Oh, please go away. I don't like things that fly. So, I think this is a beautiful message today, and I think we've got a lot to look forward to, and I wish I weren't so distracted. But it's a beautiful day outside, and, you know, I hope this makes sense, guys. I know, like, if I just keep going in, it's the message. Like, this is the message. There isn't anything more to it, and I feel like I could talk and just be repetitive. So I will leave it right where it's at because I really enjoy where the energy is right now. And I think it's a good idea to leave it there and, you know, kind of put that out in the ethers, you know, because we manifest what we focus on. So I think focusing on the good energy is where I'm going to leave this, because I don't feel anything bad. But I think the more I talk, I can talk myself out of that and see, you know, so I'm not going to do that. But anyway, I appreciate your patience in me rambling on, because I do that. So I am going to do, you know, I looked at the name before I started, and I want to say it's Goddess Gigi. And even if I mix it up a little bit, you'll know who you are, because not many people have that name. It's Goddess Gigi, and there's like a few numbers or something after it, I think. So this is for you, Sweet Pea. This card I'm pulling is for you. And I heard I'm walking on sunshine. I feel like you're in good spirits, Gigi. That's what I heard. Walking on sunshine. That song. You are the dreamer of your dream. I think you've got good things coming, Gigi. And I wonder if I think you might realize it. I think you might know. Or maybe you question it. But you got good things coming up for you, Gigi. Feels good. I think everybody's energy feels pretty good. Might have a couple of emotional moments. But it's just like, it's almost like your soul or your emotional body recalibrating itself, you know? Sometimes you've got to let out some built up tears, you know, and cry it out, and just for the release. You know, sometimes when we get a cold, just a regular cold, it's like the body's recalibrating its system, you know? So I never get irritated when I have a cold, you know, I accept it for what it is because, you know, your body's readjusting to something that, and building up an immunity. So it's almost like a recalibration. All right, Gigi, this is for you. I surrender to a power greater than me. Yeah, you've got the butterfly. Joy is the ultimate creator. Yeah, I think you've got some good stuff going on. I create mindful moments throughout the day, reminding myself that I am love and miracles are natural, excuse me. So yeah, I think you've got good things coming. I think you know that. The moment I realign with love, clear direction is presented to me. Yeah, and I think that's what you're going through right now. I think you realize, I think this is what's happening with you right now. I think you're in a good place because it's almost like this aha moment, you know? Like joy feels good. Surrendering in order to make a transformation. I think that's where you're at. I think you're in surrender mode, but it feels good right now. So I hope that made sense, guys, and I look forward to reading for you some more. And I'm gonna get back to enjoying my day, and I got a lot planned today with my stepdad who's in town, and yeah, so I got a lot of distractions going on between the traffic and the saws and everything else. So I'm gonna let you go. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.